Uh-oh.
Someone's in trouble.
Don't know if you've gathered yet, but it is Monday morning. Started off the week with a puncher on the trailer. Ash has got that sorted out, so hopefully we can get on with the day. Weekend was just as busy as the last video. Went out hedge cutting and I was at the coffee van this weekend. More hedge cutting this morning. And the great thing about YouTube is got lots of comments and suggestions and tips to try and make my life easier with the hedge cutter, so I will be following them today. And we'll see how we get on with them. But just little things like running it at 1,000 RPM rather than 540 and bits and bobs like that. But we'll see. I need to get the tractor and hedge cutter greased up now. I'm going to do that. And then I need to head over to the first job. So the first job is one of our residential clients. We've got to do internal and external hedging around all of his property. We start on that and it's on a single country road just outside his property. Whilst I'm over there, the boys are at a school and they're doing all of the maintenance over there. They've got all of the mowing, trimming, hedge cutting and obviously line marking to be getting on with. And once that's all done, they can move on to their first parish council of the week. Well, I didn't film a lot, but we've cracked on quite well. I didn't film inside the client's property as well. So we've done all of the roadside boundaries and the boundary hedging within their property as well. Trying to film on the roadside would have been a no-go. We was battling with cars, like literally no one gives you space to just try and squeeze past down a single country lane. So stressful, but it is done now. I've just got one little bit to finish off and then I'm going to head to a school and get a hedge grabbed there as well. Believe the boys are cracking on fairly well, but yeah, time will tell. What a day. It's just one of those days today. Flailing went really well this morning. I can't remember your name, but I'll put the comment down below right now. You gave the suggestion to put the PTO on 1,000, lower revs, lower fuel. And mate, what a difference it makes. What a difference it makes. And the flail seems to spin up a lot quicker as well, which means I don't have to go over stuff 2 or 3 times with it. But yeah, thank you for that. One of the benefits of YouTube. So really appreciate that comment. Saved us loads of time today, mate. After that, there was a couple of football pitches I had to get in check and lots of meetings today. Also managed to get over to George Brown's and pick up the new wheel and tyre for the Toro, and that has been fitted. And then I had a short wait for the lads to get back and load up the van prepped for tomorrow. Gone through the flail, we've completely serviced and greased out, and we've just gone through a load of kit and sorted all of that out. So nothing interesting for the camera, but Jack and Ash had been cracking the whip at a parish, which will be the last cut at that parish. We're doing all of our last cuts this week. But yeah, bit of a meh Monday, and I've still got loads of paperwork to do this evening. But we are soldiering on, and the rest of the week is looking good. And apparently we've got decent weather for a couple of weeks, but I'll believe it when I see it. So up bright and early tomorrow, and I'll see you then. It's currently 6 o'clock and the fast truck's outside a Travelodge, and that's because I'm attending one of my friend's business networking meetings to support him this morning. And straight after that, I've got to run over to the first site of the day, which is around half an hour away. And once we get over there, we've got some flail hedge cutting to get on with. Whilst I'm running over there, the boys have got to attend to school and just get some bits of grass we didn't manage to do at the weekend because it was absolutely hammering it down, and then they can move on to their first site of the day, which is another sports complex. They've got to get all of the grass cut, all of the trimming done, all of the line marking. There's lots to get on with today for everyone. But anyway, as they crack on with that, we're finally at the first site of the day with the flail, and we can start making a start. And that's what we've done. You can just see about here, we've got the perimeter hedging at this warehouse, and we've already done maybe 2 or 3 passes just to start getting this stuff down. But yeah, it's going to be a long day ahead. Let's get on with it. And as we're flaying it, we're having to catch little bits with manual hedge cutters. Okay, so we're making really good progress here. I've pretty much finished all of the top. We're going to have to run along with the handhelds and just do a up against the fence. I didn't want to take it right up against the fence with the flail just in case I hit a fence post or something like that, but obviously this is a really rough cut. They only get it done once a year. We're just tidying it up the best we can now, trying to sort as much of the gravel area out as we can, and yeah, just a little neaten up. And this probably, I'd say 150 metre, 200 metre stretch is done. We've still got loads more though, so need to get cracking. God knows what the time is. I've not even bloody looked. But we're all done here. Roughly, probably about 1,000 metres of hedging, I reckon. A lot of hedging, a lot of hedging. 95% of it we managed to do with the flail. Sorry, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just putting the isolator on, so it's all locked in for the journey home. But anyway, 90% of it we managed to do with a flail, and then the 5% was the bad bit where we had to jump in with the hedge cutter and get up against the fence and do like the straggly bits. But good old run on it, and it goes all the way around the building, and the building is very large. So yeah, anyway, very hungry, very thirsty. We need to get back to the unit. We need to get the flail off the tractor when I get back to the unit as well. So I'm going to catch up with Will, let him know what way we're going, and we're going to go. See you tomorrow. Wednesday morning, absolutely knackered, but I'm not going to keep moaning about it. We are going to crack on, and this is the start of mental week for me. So we book all of our verti draining all in 1 week, so I literally work until the sites that I want to get done are done that day, and if I've got spare time I move on to the next one. So it's going to be very long days for the next week, but I am on the way down to George Brown's to pick up a higher verti drain, so we'll see you when I'm there. So me and the fast track are now over at George Brown's hire, and we've got a Redexum 7521 verti drain on the back. And then once that's on the back, we can get straight over to the first site of the day. We've got lots to be cracking on with this week, so time is money. Let's get cracking on with it. Whilst I'm pretty much verti draining for the next week, the lads are at their first site, which is Primark. They've got to inspect some water valves for some water swale treatment areas. And yeah, they get all of that cleared, and that's them sorted here.
That is job done.
And after that visit, the boys have now got to crack on with the parish council.
What's happened, Jack?
Fucking dog shit again.
Let's have a look.
Oh, it's even in my hood.
So after Jack's little shower, they can crack on cutting the grass.
Always the way. Blown a fuse.
And I'll tell thee, Ash, if you're watching this, I'll be blowing fuse if you don't get on with it. Come on, get job done, boy. Anyway, I'm only joking. We're still verti draining. You know that editing this video was tough because it's literally just verti draining this week, but so those of you that are watching the video that don't know what verti draining is an aeration and decompaction technique. It basically punches a load of holes into the soil to aid air and water to get to the root system, to stimulate healthier turf, and also help with natural drainage. And that's what we're doing all of this week. You can see here, just up and down, up and down, up and down all day long. What a day, what a day. It's currently 3 o'clock. We have done 5.5 acres so far, and we've got one more pass left, and that is 3 pitches sorted out. No, it's not, it's 4. 2 99s, Junior 11 and Adult 11, happy days. Now I'm going to be going into the costs of renting the machine off of George Brown's, how we plan and strategise all of the verti draining, and give you a breakdown of like profits and costs. Most of the costs are dictated by the Football Association, which is laid out in clubs' pitch power reports. But I am going to go into detail with how we do that and how we make a profit out of hiring a machine, and also covering the costs of our contracts or any ad hoc work we might get. So stick around for that. But it's been a long day of verti draining, and we've still got a lot more to do. we're now onto the stadium pitch, and because it's got an irrigation system, what we've had to do is just get the map out, pop the sprinklers up using the remote and just marking where they are in the ground to make sure that we don't go over them with the verti-drainer, because that would be very awkward. And the last time I had the verti-drainer out, I ended up verti-draining my phone. Click up here if you've not seen that video. But anyway, let's get on with it. So the verti-drain rental costs £1,300 plus VAT to hire it for the week. Now the FA Pitch Power reports stipulate costings and how much it should cost, which works out in a region of £350 to £400 plus VAT per 11v11 pitch. So that means with the 5 pitches that we've done on this site, it will equal this figure, which means we have or are very close to already paying for the week rental on that. Now it hasn't included our time or fuel for today. However, we've now got another 6 days that we can go out and do up to maybe 10-11 pitches a day to get that money back and get some profit, even though we don't own the machine. So why wouldn't you hire it? So although we've marked the ground, Will just jumps out, grabs the stake and stands by it. So basically when I come past with a verti-drain, I know where to lift the verti-drain up and where to put it back down. Now obviously this isn't most 100% accurate method way of doing it. However, it has worked and we haven't had any damage. So it's just one of those precautions that we're willing to take, and I'll leave loads of space before dropping it down. Right, that is the stadium pitch all done. It is, what time is it? 6:30. And Will has gone to grab the dinner and then he's going to head off home. I'm going to meet him on the way to the next site and we're going to get cracking with the next site. We've got 4 or 5 pitches at the next site that I'm going to try and get done before the end of the day and then go back to the unit and call it a day. But that is one of the things when you're renting or hiring equipment. You need to try and get your route density and your jobs. You need to work like a dog to get as much profit as you can out of the machine rental. But anyway, let's get over there, let's get some food down our necks and see where the night takes us. And it's now a foggy Friday morning and we're on our way over to our first site. The first site is 2 rugby pitches, and as soon as we get there I realise that I've got a photographer with me. So yeah, we're cracking on with the rugby pitches. Once one is done we can move on to the other. These were fairly easy to do, there was loads of space to get turned around. So now that is sorted, we've got a little bit of travel over to our next site and we get straight over there to get cracking on. Now as you can see, it's me and Ash today, and the boys haven't got the camera, so it's just verti-draining content today. But Ash has obviously verti-drained before in the past, but never with the fast track, so we're using this week just to familiarise him with the fast track. So if ever something happens to me, we can still be getting on with it. But yeah, it's so easy in this, it's all at a click of a button. I've loaded the sequences to the play button, press the play button, and it does everything for you. I didn't mention that this site was quite large, so Ash has now gone home and I am carrying the whip with Maggie. We are continuing, but straight after this site is complete, I'm on the road on to the next site where we've got another 3 pitches and we just keep hammering that drum. Friday, I think. Who knows? Last night finished at about 1:30, 2, something like that. Back out the door at 6 this morning. This is the brutal reality, by the way, of trying to get as much profit as you can out of a hire machine. I look absolutely awful. I feel awful, I can't lie. But anyway, we're on site. More verti-draining all day and maybe night. So let's get on with it. So we're cracking on really well. It is what, 11:15. I've just found out that the lads haven't got the camera with them today, so I'm just going to use this time to infill a bit of the video. Ash is down at Creasy Park doing the stadium pitches and brushing 2 artificial synthetic turf pitches. Will and Jack are at a parish council doing the last parish council cut of this season, and obviously I'm here verti-draining. Now earlier on in the video I explained about having to cram as many pitches as we can into this week, and that is why I'm doing ridiculously long hours. A lot of people say, like, how do you do it, why do you do it, you shouldn't be doing that as a business owner. The duty on me as the business owner is to ensure that there's money in the bank, people get paid, and we do what we say we're going to do. Now on that last note, the weather that we've had this season, if we've had X amount of people sign up for verti-draining, we'd normally maybe do this over a 2-week period, but if we've had X amount of people sign up for it, I cannot let them down. And if we've got a window of opportunity, everything will be done in that window of opportunity. And that's why. So to give you an update, we were on since Wednesday, so as of Thursday last night at 1:30, 22 pitches complete since hiring the verti-drainer at 8 AM on Wednesday morning. Today we have got 7 at this location, then another 3, and then another 4. So that's that, what's that? Bloody hell. That's another 14 pitches, so we'll be up to 36 pitches by cease of play on Friday night. I'll let you guys do the math on that. But that's why. And I love it. I won't complain I'm tired, I just get on with it. I love the graft. Get on! So Ash has now finished the stadium pitch and he's come to tag me out because I've got to run to a meeting. So him and Maggie are going to continue with the verti-draining. So I'm now over at the next site and I had to have a meeting with one of the new facilities managers. Ash has been donning the helm on the verti-draining and he's done a fantastic job, so we've managed to keep the momentum. He's just got a bit of line marking now to do as well, but it's more of the same. Verti-drain, verti-drain, verti-drain. Now if you've ever wondered what I get up to when I'm verti-draining, well, here you are. To snake you around and spin you around and around that dance floor. Get you drunk of a love like mine. How many nights have we hang out together? Well, my buckle makes impressions on the inside of her fire. For a man to behave, your mortgage due, and a baby on the way. But anyway, that site's now done and I'm on to the last site of the night. And then I headed to the last job of the night, which was just one 11v11, bringing a total up to 37 or 38. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in 3 days. Happy days. It's now about 10 o'clock at night. I've just got back to the unit. I've called an early night, you know. I wouldn't mind going home and sitting on the sofa for a bit. I am up early in the morning, both Saturday and Sunday at the burger van, and I'm trying to squeeze some verti-draining in on Saturday and Sunday as well, just to keep the momentum going, as that verti-drainer has to go back next Wednesday, and I've still got around 7 or 8 sites left, so yeah, we'll see how that goes in next week's video, but thank you so much for watching this video and watching Cutcrew Limited on YouTube. If you could subscribe to the channel, it means the world and it does help us out a lot. Don't forget to leave any comments, any suggestions on stuff you want us to do or talk about. And yeah, I'm gonna go back and chill out. So see you next week. Bye.